Human rights are not a pie. More for someone else does not mean less for you. I'm Brenna Duncan, and welcome to The Pie. Pie can be sweet, savory, big enough to share, or small enough to take on the go. This week on The Pie, we'll be looking at religious freedom in the form of pocket pie. Small, seemingly bland, but the filling of processed meats and artificial preservatives will turn your stomach the whole day. Texas public schools require, yes, require, the display of posters that read, "In God We Trust." A little background, "In God We Trust" was made the official United States motto in 1956, 2 years after the addition of "Under God" to the Pledge of Allegiance. These were reactions to the growing fear of communism during the Cold War. The crust. The crust of the pie is made from the June 27, 2002 Supreme Court case that ruled that Coach Joe Kennedy, a high school football coach, was allowed to pray at the 50-yard line of the field after games, even though students felt that they were compelled to participate. Instead of finding a better solution which would not force the unwilling athletes to feel as if they could be treated unfairly, the highest court in the land chose to allow the public school to display religious beliefs. The filling. The filling we get to taste the most is the Texas public schools that have to display "In God We Trust" posters throughout the school. To get around any tax violations, the posters must be purchased with private funds or donated to the school. Running the numbers, there are 378,491 teachers and 5,427,370 students enrolled in the Texas public schools, plus the number of parents, administrators, and visitors that enter the school grounds. That is over 1 million people just in Texas that can see these posters. Religion injecting itself into our public schools in a manner that doesn't allow analysis, criticism, is less about the First Amendment and more about indoctrination. The religious intrusion has been making its way into public education for years, most notably the alternative science of creationism versus the scientifically proven and accepted theory of evolution. We have recently seen the call for banning of books that have a young Jewish girl struggle with hiding from Nazi soldiers, The Diary of Anne Frank, or women being treated as breeding cattle, A Handmaid's Tale. All for the sake of religious freedom, as if learning about religious oppression is bad for the Christian nationalist movement. And let's not forget the silencing of LGBTQIA+ students that want to get the academic and social support that Florida's Don't Say Gay bill and the ban of transgender athletes in school sports has demolished. The toppings to this pie is nothing short of anger. Anger at the Supreme Court for being so un-American. The anger at Texas state legislation to force their personal beliefs on the public. Anger at the teachers for not walking out the moment these posters enter the public school. Anger at the media for not making a bigger story. A story of the total teardown of the separation between religion and the public. The crumbs. The crumbs we are left with in this pocket pie are that our public schools are not safe from a complete overtake of the Christian nationalists that would turn our children into soldiers of God and not functioning members of society. I leave you with this. Without the ability to question, to criticize, to scrutinize, and examine religion, it's indoctrination, not education. The Pie has been a presentation of the TheBinPodcast. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and Patreon.com. Like, subscribe, share, and comment.